Here at WMAL, when we want sharp, focused football analysis, we turn to one man and one man only.
Brian, thank you. That's so nice.
I'm talking about Trevor Matich.
Oh, right.
A former Redskin and an elite long snapper and an all-round good guy. Hey, Trevor.
Hey, and you know what, Larry? It's okay to be number 2 to the best. Don't feel bad.
Thank you very much, sir. I wear that badge with honor every morning, in fact.
All right, so look.
Oh, nicely done.
We're going to set aside the conversation that we've had in the past about whether or not RG3 is really the best quarterback to lead this team, because that decision has been made. So now that it has been made, what are the things that this team will face as they begin the Jay Gruden era against the Houston Texans?
Yeah, and it's bad to start the Jay Gruden era with RG3 at quarterback as a drop-back quarterback against this team because of their pass rush. J.J. Watt and now Jadeveon Clowney. Nobody on the Redskins except for Trent Williams can block either one of these guys. And I don't think either one of them will line up over Trent Williams. I think they'll put J.J. Watt over Tyler Columbus at right tackle, which is a horrendous mismatch in favor of the Texans. And Clowney remains to be seen where he'll be, but they'll move him around. The thing I worry about with Clowney is that he basked in the glory of one big hit in a bowl game a couple of years ago, where he knocked the helmet off of a Michigan running back.
Yes.
And the entire off season, that's all that was played all over TV was that massive hit, and everybody said how great Clowney was. Well, Clowney can get that kind of coverage if he can body slam RG3. So the Redskins have got to make sure that they protect RG3, not just from Watt's fury, but from Clowney's quest for glory.
Well, as a Michigan fan, I know that play all too well, and thank you for letting me revisit it now, Trevor Matich. But given that, first of all, I didn't know, is Clowney going to be starting? Is he going to be there on the first snap? I didn't know he was a starter for the Texans.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, they're talking about playing him at linebacker, so he has to learn how to stand up and play in space. But it would really be dumb of Houston to take Clowney and make him something he's not. Yeah. I expect them to put him in there in passing situations and tell him just go get RG3 and wipe the floor with him.
All right, so given that, and you know, listen, Jay Gruden is a smart guy, and he knows, I would think, what you know, and that is this is a tough defense that the Redskins are facing. They've got that pass rush, and we don't have the blocking to be able to keep RG3 in the pocket. Does that mean that we're going to see some plays that let RG3 be RG3 and break out of that pocket and actually catch the Texans with their pants down as they're trying to rush?
I think so. You'll see two things. One is RG3 will get the ball out of his hand very quickly. He will do that because he does not like hospitals. And the second thing is they will move the pocket. They'll run play action. They'll do rollouts. They'll do things like that. But they'll do it in ways that hopefully won't expose RG3 to too much physical risk. Because keep in mind that RG3 could be in a room filled with cotton balls, and he'd find a way to fall down in a way that injures himself.
I know that.
So
the guy can't. He doesn't know how to slide.
No, as a matter of fact, Washington Nationals have been offering to teach him. It's really not that complicated.
Well, I think they ought to take the guy to a sand pit and just teach him how to slide.
I was going to say Jason Worth should be an assistant coach on the Redskins. Jason Worth is a good slider.
Well, but here's how you learn how to slide. The same way you learn how to duck when a fastball's coming at your head. You figure it out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it really hurts.
Trevor, you say RG3 is going to get the ball out of his hands quickly. And, you know, I think one of the underreported stories going into this season is that you're looking at a wide receiver core for the Redskins, Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garçon, and Santana Moss. When RG3 gets that ball out of his hands, it's going to go more often than not into one of their 6 hands there, those 3 guys. This isn't a formidable core of receivers, is it not?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's one of the best group of skilled people overall, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs in the league. It's in the top tier. The question will be, can the offensive line protect RG3 long enough that RG3 can find him?
I think there's 2 questions there. I think that's one of the good questions. I think the second question is, does he have the skills to find the receivers? Because I've been watching the guy throw, and he doesn't seem to be all that accurate in the preseason games.
He does not have the skills, Brian. He has the talent. But being a drop-back passer is something that's brand new to him. And the instincts are not there. The skills are not there. He's learning the skills. The instincts will take years to develop. But right now, he's not there. But the upside is fantastic once he puts it together. Now, the question that I have is, can he develop chemistry with Deshaun Jackson deep? in the last preseason game that he played a couple weeks ago, he had a couple opportunities to hit Jackson, who was open, and he missed him because he's just not yet accustomed to the speed and where the ball needs to go. And the opener with this pass rush is not a good place to work that out.
Okay, so look, everybody knows that when you're a head coach and you're doing the preseason games, you don't show everything that you have in your quiver of arrows. You keep a few things held back for the opening season game. So what kind of things might we look for? What kind of surprises might be in store for us?
How they use RG3's legs to stress the defense and slow down their pass rush. Because all preseason, all we've heard of was how he's going to be a pocket passer. And we saw some movement. But in that third preseason game, we saw them actually run a zone read. An honest-to-goodness 2012 Baylor quarterback potential run zone read. And I think they put that there to make the defense wonder if that might be coming. So I think there'll be a little bit more, not necessarily of RG3 and called runs, but there'll be enough things like that to make the defense worry about it. Because if they don't worry about that, then the Redskins have a problem.
All right. Well, listen, we spent this whole time talking about the Redskins offense versus the Texans defense. The Texans offense is awful, and the Redskins defense is looking. That might be the game.
As long as Bakari Rambo at safety is not completely putrid, this will be a much improved defense for the Redskins.
All right.
There it is, Trevor.
We appreciate it, Trevor, and we'll talk to you after the game. Thanks, Trevor.
All right, guys. Go Redskins.